there's been a lot of hate towards cable pull-throughs recently on social media, and I love cable pull-throughs. I think they're an amazing exercise.
Remember when we did them to like failure down at that LA Fitness in Florida?
Dude, it's one of my favorite things to do.
Like sets of 20 and 30? Yeah.
I love cable pull-throughs, and that hypertrophy crowd, like every exercise needs to be 100% optimized for the most amount of growth possible, is like they're taking it to the extreme of being like, well, this exercise is bad because like it's not optimal for like glute growth. It's like, I think these people are going to have real fucking problems. And I know they are already, like with mobility issues and back issues and like hip issues. And it's like everything they're doing, their whole thesis is you should be able to mechanically load every muscle as much as humanly possible in every single movement in order to get the best growth response. And that might be true from that localized muscular perspective, but what about like joint health? What about like, there's so many other things going on here. And if your sole goal is to mechanically load the muscle as much as humanly possible on every single exercise, you're going to be struggling like powerlifters struggle with their joints and with their like with pain and all of that. I'm a huge fan of cable pull-throughs. The only reason I don't program them very much in a group setting is because most people royally fuck the technique up. Like it's a very you have to be very technically proficient in order to do it properly. And when you're working with general population, it's like it can be difficult to set it up. And so I would do it with in-person clients, but I rarely program it for online.
We'll hit this right here. What are the most common technique mistakes on the cable pull-through?
Well, there's a lot. The first one I would say is, I'll start off with one that is like understanding the right technique. When you're doing a cable pull-through, you're not supposed to be at the top of it. You're not supposed to be standing straight up. You're actually supposed to be like leaning forward. Mm-hmm. It's like you should look like you're blowing in the wind. Leaning straight forward. If you try and stand straight up, you're going to get pulled right back into the cable machine. You actually want to be leaning forward at like a 35 degree angle so that you can get full hip extension.
When your hips are fully extended at the top of the move, so your body is straight at the top of it, but instead of being like this with the pull here, you're like here.
Leaning forward. Like yeah, exactly. Yep. Maybe even a 45 degree angle. Exactly. Yep. But you're using the cable to pull against you so that you're not falling face forward, which can be, that's, I think, the hard part for people to learn. The other major, or one of the other major technique issues is people pulling with their shoulders and bending their elbows. Your arms are supposed to be long. Your elbows are supposed to be completely straight and like your shoulders rounded forward, and your arms should be pulling in between your legs. If your elbows are bent, you're doing it wrong. Mm-hmm. If your shoulders are, if your hands are moving forward during the movement, you're doing it wrong. You should not feel it in your shoulder at all. It should be all glute. Like that's it. Everything is glute. So like lightly holding on to the cable rope, let it pull your hands through your legs the whole time. And I'm a huge fan.
Those were literally the two that I wanted to say, but you hit the nail on the head.